So what we know about the college admission scandal and how that's been affecting students is that before, colleges used to use metrics like SATs, ACTs, things like that, standardized testing, so to speak, to determine if students are using, to determine students' soft or skill level and to see if they're college ready. But after standardized tests came to a halt because of COVID, they realized that tests weren't exactly the best indicator for holistic admissions. So that's where I'm sure that over the past year or so, you guys have heard the buzzword holistic admissions. So essentially what that means is test scores don't show character and critical thinking skills. Again, it's just more of a number on academic performance. And so during my research, I found that 82% of interviewers are more likely to choose candidates with volunteer experience. And so what does that mean? Students lack specialized advising for holistic admissions. Specifically, students need to find meaningful ways to showcase their soft skills. Soft skills are things like interpersonal skills, communication skills, time management, work ethic, things like that. So meaningful volunteer projects are sometimes hard to find, and it's difficult to showcase those contributions, especially regarding honors programs and pre-health programs, things that have prerequisites. So striving for a new normal, referring back to my training with Character Collaborative and the Harvard Graduate School of Education, COVID-19 introduced a laboratory movement to rethink admissions. And as colleges were doing so, deans realized that they did not want a community service Olympics competition, so to speak. What that means is they didn't want they don't necessarily like it when students have a lot of volunteer hours are great, but whenever it's in all kinds of different areas, things are actually, let's say the service isn't really geared toward like their college or career path, or maybe it's just volunteer projects that really don't have a lot of context to them. That's what they call Olympics, the Olympics part. So just think quality over quantity. They want to have an understanding of students' achievements, and they want to know that they're actually working towards projects and things that are going to develop those skills for them. So focus on academic related projects. So to give you a better understanding, here's a chart that kind of gives you a better idea of what I mean by relevant projects. So like, I'm sure that we have some teachers on here finding projects, something like tutoring underprivileged students, right? We have students that privilege across country to third world countries, or veterinarians who help out wild animal rescues, pre-med majors who intern at hospitals or clinics, social workers who make hygiene care packages. These are just some of the examples, right? So keeping it relevant to college and career goals and doing what interests you, obviously, because the more you have fun and the more that you're working towards something that really interests you, it's really easy to volunteer and to get those hours in because you're really passionate about it. And so with that said, starting last fall, colleges have been revamping their admissions process and training staff on how to look for character in the college admissions. They want to know some of those things about students that again, their academic transcripts don't actually show. So in more of my training I've done additional training with Character Collaborative and NACAC. So additional training, college apps I've learned are starting to rely on things like the letters of recommendation, student essays, character related evidence, character ratings, online interviews, and the digital portfolio. Again, it's not just one piece of the puzzle, it's all the pieces of the puzzle and how they fit together and how they showcase the student. So again, showing the complete picture. Essentially, you want to show schools and employers consistency and your dedication to the field and to the community. So here's an example.